Okay, so anyhow, you got the information. We're talking about the ladies and the guys say the increase in waist size. I've got it right in front of me. The CDC. This is, some of these articles I refer to are a couple years old. So, I some of these places get current data, and according to the CDC, which is Center for Disease Control, the average woman is 170.8 pounds with a 38.7-inch waist. The average male is 199.9 pounds, 200 pounds, with a 40.5-inch waist. And, I hate to tell you this. When you have a belly that looks like you're pregnant and you're my age, got a problem. I mean, that indicates that there's an increased risk of diabetes, heart disease, cancers, and every other known disease known to man. Because most of our health conditions are literally a product of our lifestyle. Here's some information for you. More evidence that strength training boosts long-term health. Regular strength training, lower risk of death from cancer, heart disease, and more. For this study, the people who participated examined data pulled from 16 earlier studies to get a clearer picture of how muscle strengthening might influence longevity and the risk of death from several common health problems, including heart disease, diabetes, and cancer. Many of these smaller studies follow participants for several decades to see how activity influenced their lifespan. The studies range in size from 3,800 to 478,000 participants aged 18 to 98. Participants who did any type or amount of strengthening exercise had a 15% lower risk of premature death from all causes, the studies found. Weight training was linked to a 10 to 17% lower risk or chance of early death from cancer, diabetes, and cardiovascular disease. But more weight training didn't necessarily lead to bigger results. Researchers found that the most benefits, a 10 to 20% reduction in the risk of early deaths from all causes and from cancer and heart disease specifically, occurred when people did approximately 30 to 60 minutes of muscle building workouts per week. After that first hour, there was a slight benefit for roughly 1 more hour per week. That's why my program is 30 minutes, 2 to 3 days a week. You're getting 60 to 90 minutes a week. You do not need to be in the gym, ladies and gentlemen, for 2 or 3 hours. It's not necessary. You don't need it to get the benefits. And one of the things that people don't like to do is spend a lot of time in the gym or exercising. They have other things to do. Not as important, but other things to do. And because if you listen to my show on a regular basis, you know how I stand on nutrition. There's all kinds of evidence of the benefits of a low-carbohydrate diet. From mental health, bipolar disorders, Parkinson's, MS, Alzheimer's. I can go down the list. Heart failure, all this stuff. But then when I'm doing my show, I read a lot of stuff. I spend hours reading a week. And I go to everyone has a high regard for Mayo Clinic. Oh, I go to Mayo. It's the best treatment in the world. Well, it possibly can be or might be. All I know is what they're recommending for a heart-healthy diet is not a heart-healthy diet. Because the more we look at the evidence there, it's not the fat intake in the diet that's causing us a problem. It's the carbohydrates. So I pull up their heart-healthy eating menu. And here's what it says. Cut the fat and the salt. Says, do you want to adopt a heart-healthy diet but aren't sure where to start? One way to begin is to create a daily meal plan that emphasizes vegetables, fruits, and whole grains and limit high-fat foods such as red meat, cheese, and baked goods, and high-sodium foods such as canned or processed foods. Below are 2 days' worth of heart-healthy menus. Use them as examples for heart-healthy eating. Breakfast. Here we go. 1 cup cooked oatmeal, sprinkled with 1 tablespoon of chopped walnuts and 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, 1 banana, 1 cup of skim milk. Lunch, 1 cup of low fat, which is higher in sugar, plain yogurt with 1 teaspoon of ground flaxseed. Sounds appetizing, doesn't it? 1/2 cup of peach halves, canned in juice. 5 Melba toast crackers, 1 cup of raw broccoli and cauliflower, 2 tablespoons of low-fat cream cheese, plain or vegetable flavor, spread on the crackers. Dinner, 4 ounces of salmon, 1/2 cup of green beans, 2 cups of mixed salad, 2 tablespoons of low-fat salad dressing, 1 tablespoon of sunflower seeds, 1 cup of skim milk, 1 small orange. Snack, 1 cup of skim milk. This guy must like skim milk. 9 animal crackers. Now here's the carbohydrate total for today. Here, you ready? Here we go. Here it is. Calories 1,562. Total fat 45 grams. It says here cholesterol. Okay, sodium 1,257 milligrams. Total carbohydrates 207 grams of carbs. The following day, which I'm not going to read you their menu, was 242. Heart healthy? Give me a break. Give me a physical break. If you're diabetic and you eat this many carbs in a day, your blood sugar's not going down. It's going to go up. But the objective is not to get people off the drugs, get them on more of them. Now, here's my stuff. I read these numbers because, you know what? I'm pretty proud of these. And I share them with my audience so that it gives them the motivation. They can do the same thing too. Now, take into consideration, I've been doing this a long time, not just a couple weeks or a couple months, a long time. My blood sugar is 79. I'm 68 years old, almost 69. My total cholesterol is 193, with triglycerides of 34 and an HDL of 85. Yes. PSA of 0.13. And I remind you of that because this is on a low-carb diet, not this diet. So if you're a heart patient out there and you're following the advice of the dietitians at the hospital, you're eating the wrong diet. All they talk about, cut the fat, and salt. And what they don't tell you is the carbohydrates you consume in here make you retain sodium. That's one of the effects of carbohydrates in the diet. The effects it has on hormones to make your kidneys hold on to salt. And so when that happens, you're more blood volume. So subsequently, more blood pressure, higher. So what do you do then? You treat it with blood pressure drugs. And it's not unusual for people in my age group to be on 2, maybe 3 blood pressure medications. Because if they're not, it's through the ceiling. Because they're eating like this and probably more. Because this is 1,500 calories and there's very little food there. And very little protein. In fact, the protein says 92 grams, and I don't really believe that. There's 92 grams there, because I don't see it there, except for in the skim milk, which evidently this dietitian likes. Then we get to, this is, again, some of these studies I cite go back years. I mean, it's not like we didn't know about this stuff before. It's not disseminating down to the population quick enough. It's like more and more people are getting into eating low carbohydrates. Go to any of your local stores. Go to Costco. There's food, all kinds of keto stuff there now. Why? More and more people are demanding it. So there's a market for it. It says here, fasting blood sugar above 90 puts you at risk for heart disease. And you know what? I won't get into this until after the break. I'm going to read a little bit of this article. Over 90. It says here, a study shows fasting blood glucose above 100 increases the risk of heart disease by 300%. 300%. I'm going to leave it there. Okay, and when I get back from the break, then I'll read more of that article. 300% if your blood sugar is 100 and above. 300%.